The city of Sacramento will not be moving forward with its proposed weapons ban during public protests, at least not for right now anyway.
The City Council's Law and Legislation Committee decided more public outreach is needed before sending the ordinance to City Council for a vote. Now, this comes after this proposal was criticized by many people, saying it would leave protesters defenseless. And a lot of people voiced their concern and frustration with the city's plan during a meeting that happened today. Fox 40's Doug Johnson was at that meeting. He joins us live from City Hall with more on what happened. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Eric, how you doing? Police, they do support this, but most of the people that spoke during public comment, they do not. And it does seem that the city council's support for it is waning. With a heavy police presence at City Hall, today's Law and Legislation Committee meeting discussed a new proposed ordinance to ban weapons during public protests.
Tried to learn some best practices from other cities on how they've been dealing with violence related to protests. And so that's how this conversation came about.
The ordinance was recommended by the city's police department that says items such as flagpoles, shields, and fireworks are increasingly being used as weapons when protesters and counter-protesters clash.
We have seen that type of material that would be prohibited in our ordinance used nationwide and in Sacramento, and that is why we're putting this forward.
We are very aware that the decision in regard to Stephon Clark is coming soon.
But during public comment, many told the committee they see this new ordinance as a way to discourage protesting within the city ahead of the district attorney's decision on whether or not to criminally charge the two officers who killed Stephon Clark.
Based on these new policies, Dr. Martin Luther King would not be able to have a peaceful protest in Sacramento and would surely be guaranteed to be arrested.
I have threatened to be mauled by dogs. I have threatened to be raped. I have threatened to be murdered.
Black Lives Matter Sacramento founder Tanya Faison says the ordinance would leave protesters defenseless against those who may show up to do them harm.
Nazis came to Sacramento and they stabbed people of color. And that was illegal. And the police did not keep anybody safe at that Nazi rally.
Ultimately, the committee decided, as it's currently written, the city council should not vote on the ordinance, asking the police and city staff to get more input from the public.
Maybe we can get together and talk about an outreach strategy that we can use and try to see what we can fashion, meeting with the community, and then come back to this committee on this item.
Now, this meeting, of course, was in the middle of the day, so the turnout was somewhat low for public comment. But again, nobody spoke in favor of this new ordinance besides members from the police department. Reporting live in downtown Sacramento tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you.